It's the Ian and Ian show. It's the Ian and Ian show.
Boom! Hello and welcome to the very first episode of the Ian and Ian show. My name's Ian.
My name is also Ian. We're a retrospective show. We're going to cover a classic album, a classic movie, a famous comedian from our era.
We're going to look at some classic games and maybe also some classic TV shows. So let's get on with the first segment, shall we?
It's the movie of the week. It's the movie of the week.
Boom!
This week's movie of the week. I'm quite excited for this one, dude.
Me too.
Where the Buffalo Roam. What?
Bill Murray at his absolute finest, obviously telling the story of Hunter S. Thompson throughout the 70s.
You know Hunter S. Thompson, even if you don't think you do. He was the basis of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. He was the...
Played by Johnny Depp.
Played by Johnny Depp. He was the creator of gonzo journalism. A great man, basically.
Totally great dude.
What can I say about this movie, dude? I love it, man. I just think, you put it perfectly, Bill Murray at his absolute best. I mean, this is taking into account Ghostbusters, man.
Yeah. Groundhog Day.
Just an incredibly funny movie. It was very closely based on Hunter S. Thompson around the time that he was covering the, was it the Nixon campaign?
Nixon campaign.
Yeah,
done it like there was a list. The Nixon campaign. That was just sort of primal sort of goal there.
It's very funny. I mean, this has got some classic one-liners. I mean, like this, like the scene where they're in the hotel room. Hunter is basically off his face. He's playing American football with the hotel staff because it's Super Bowl weekend. What's the great? Like, he goes to breakfast in the morning.
He's sitting at breakfast with a knife in his hand and he's listening back to himself on his dictaphone. And it said, "Last night, somebody broke into my hotel room, drunk all my liquor, took all my drugs, trashed my hotel room."
It's a sad day when a journalist has to come heavily armed to breakfast.
That being a big part of Hunter S. Thompson's life. The guy would get up every day about 1 o'clock in the afternoon and he'd eat a massive breakfast, full breakfast, fruit, and then
that was his day basically, no dinner. But yeah,
it was dessert.
It was a fantastic movie. I mean, let's not also forget Peter Boyle. He plays the journalist. What's his name? Laszlo. Oh my god. Peter Boyle, again, is one of those actors that you know, but you might not realise you know. He played the dad in Everybody Loves Raymond, the TV show. Great show.
Of course,
yeah. He was also Mel Brooks, Young Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein.
He played Frankenstein's monster in Young Frankenstein. Again, incredibly funny movie. Blew your mind. I've blown Ian's mind. Episode 1, first segment, I've blown this man's mind. I'm very happy about that. But yeah, this is an incredible movie. I believe it was banned for a few years, wasn't it?
It was very hard to get hold of. It wasn't released on DVD until 2005.
Like, whoa.
So, originally released in 1980, making it 34 years old.
Wow. The movie is older than I am, ladies and gentlemen.
Nearly as old as I am.
Yeah, you got Old Man River over here. But yeah, this is, honestly, I cannot recommend this movie any higher.
Certainly, if you like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, you will love this. You will absolutely love this film.
It is a fantastic movie, ladies and gentlemen. If you've got the time, you got the money, go out and buy it.
That's all it takes.
An hour and a half of your life for comic genius. What more could you want?
So, we're going to move on to the next section now. We're going to go back to the...
It's the album of the week. It's the album of the week.
This week's album of the week is a classic album. Cypress Hill.
Black Sunday.
Oh my god, what an album, man.
When the shit goes down, you better be ready.
When the shit goes down. I mean, this is
A to the motherfucking gay, homeboy.
A to the motherfucking gay.
A to the gay.
It's like I was literally about to go to A to the gay. That's what I mean. Hits from the bong. Oh my god. Hits from the bong.
Our personal favourite, definitely.
Pick it, pack it, fire it up, come along and take a hit from the bong. But yeah, this is an absolutely classic album. Whoop. He's got the guitar out. It's from the bong. It's from the barn.
Oh yeah, little sample there. Obviously the original sample was from Dusty Springfield's 1969 Son of a Preacher Man. Little fact for you there.
Yep. Thank you for that, Old Man River again.
Again.
I'm joking. I need to stop picking on your age, man. I'm sorry. He's not even that much older than me.
No.
But yeah, this is a fantastic album. I mean,
1993.
Dude,
13
insane
at
in
the
the
time.
brain.
Insane in the membrane.
Insane in the brain. Yeah. Oh man, this is great.
It just keeps going. I
Oh,
wanna get
man.
high,
So high. I want to get high.
so high.
Oh,
So everywhere I went, every house party in '93, I was 13. Like house parties were a new thing. All you heard was this album, just non-stop everywhere. How
I'm
old are you
trying to
in
work. I was
93?
7.
He was rocking out
Oh
to Cypress
my
Hill when he
God.
was 7, man. That's why he's so cool now, man.
Mental, man. But yeah, this is, again, it's one of those albums where I'm sure you've probably heard it, but if you haven't, then wow, go out and get it. It's great.
Actually topped the US Billboards at #1 on its release date.
Wow, I didn't know that.
June 2003, I think
Jeez.
23rd of June 2000.
That's pretty impressive.
1993.
Because I mean, that's a hip hop album topping the US Billboard. That's
Yeah, and it really, you know, 93 it was still sort of.
That's
fresh,
what I mean. It
still
wasn't
coming
that.
out.
It wasn't that big. It's not like it is today. I mean, you wouldn't bat an eyelid today if a hip hop artist is #1, but.
I mean, it sold 260,000 copies to get to #1.
Wow.
So, I mean, nowadays that's pocket change.
Yeah.
You know, like just that's half downloads. You know.
Yeah, somewhere Beyonce is laughing her ass off. 260,000. Shit. But yeah.
Great album. If you don't own it, go out and buy it. Cypress Hill, Black Sunday. So, we're going to move on to the next section.
It's the comedian of the week. It's the comedian of the week.
This week's comedian of the week. Oh, I'm really excited for this one, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Personal hero of mine.
An absolute hero, an absolute legend. The late great prophet that is Bill Hicks. Oh, how much can I say about Hicks? I mean, not only
William Melvin Hicks.
Yes, not only was he insanely clever, hilariously funny. He was would you say political activist almost?
Yeah, by far a political activist, social awareness, satirical comedian.
Yeah, he was a great man.
Dubbed the comedian's comedian, essentially.
Yeah. Oh man, I mean, to be honest with
Look at
you,
the influences nowadays. Even Chris Rock, guys like Chris Rock, very much from Bill Hicks.
oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Russell Brand, I would actually say, is pretty much carrying on his work, and
yeah.
who'd have thunk it?
To be honest with you, if you've ever watched a poll of like maybe 100 greatest comedians, something like that, he's usually in the top 5. That's how highly regarded he is. I mean, I believe they did a updated poll a couple of years ago and he was #2, if I remember correctly. It was him and then Billy Connolly. Go figure, right? But yeah, I absolutely love this man. Hilariously, he had a very dry sense of humour. I remember he used to start a lot of his shows and he'd walk out and he'd say, "Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me while I once more plaster on a fake smile and plough through this shit." Yeah, very funny.
Any smokers in the audience? Now let's hear it for the non-smokers.
Hey! Bunch of hypocritical, whiny assholes.
You know that kills you, don't you?
Yeah, he was
Non-smokers die
every day. Nah, he was a very, very funny man, and like I said, he was very relevant. He's still, some of his jokes you can watch now, and he's still incredibly relevant today. I mean, times never change, eh? You know.
History repeats itself, obviously. I mean, you might get confused when you're watching it. When he's talking about the Gulf War, he's talking about the second one, but he's not talking about the one that happened in 2002.
Drugs are bad for you. But what about alcohol? No, we're not talking about those drugs. We're talking about
taxable
those taxable. We're talking about those other drugs. What was it? Another great line from Bill Hicks when he was talking about drugs being dangerous and all that. He's like, "I took drugs once. what was it? I didn't lose one job. I didn't lose my girlfriend. I didn't lose my house. I
Didn't rob anybody.
Laughed my ass off and went about my day. Yeah, he was a very, 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 very funny man. Like I said, if you haven't watched any of Hicks, go out and buy a DVD of his. After you watch the show, YouTube him. A great man, very funny.
Not only did he, endorse the legalisation of marijuana, he insisted it should be mandatory.
Mandatory, yeah.
Imagine this. Someone's in a traffic jam, people are like, me. Hey you, smoke this.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was taking life seriously for a second there. He's talking about people at a football game. He's saying like, whenever you see someone kicking off at a football game, they're all, are they drunk or are they high? And the audience said, they're drunk. Of course they're drunk. Can you imagine if everyone was smoking weed? Hey buddy!
Hey buddy!
Hey!
Hey!
Hey! Yeah, we miss you, Bill.
We miss you, dude.
Also, if you're a reader, a great book, American Scream.
Yeah, I thought you were going to go into the joke there when he's in the Waffle House and he's reading a book and the waitress says,
What you reading for?
Not what are you reading, what are you reading for?
How do I answer a question?
Well, I'm stumped.
Maybe so I don't end up as a fucking waitress in a Waffle House.
Oh, looks like we got us a reader.
But yeah, again, go check them out.
Still relevant. Yes, you did. And I think we better wrap that up and move on.
It's the game of the week. It's the game of the week.
This week's game of the week. A lot of you will know this game by what I'm about to say. Up, down, left, right, A, B, C, start. We're of course talking about the great Sonic the Hedgehog.
What a great game.
Yeah, I mean, it's so great. I mean, you could literally walk up to someone on the street and start humming the theme from Green Hill Zone. People join in. It's infectious. I'm telling you, I could probably walk up to a 60-year-old and just be like, start singing that theme, and I think they'd start joining in with me. It's that well known. It's a great game. You've probably played it. I mean, you can get it on everything now: phones, tablets, DS, Xbox. You name it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that again, Xbox, send me some stuff. But yeah, this is a great game.
Sponsorship.
This is the game that got me into into gaming, to be honest with you. I remember I was very young. My dad, the coolest dad ever, bought me a Master System, when I was about 3 years old. Had Alex the Kid built in, and I had Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah. Oh my god.
But Sonic the Hedgehog on a Master System...
It was disappointing, man. It was like... I mean, the problem on the Master System was purely that you dropped your rings and you couldn't pick them back up.
And you just saw a little thing go off at a distance.
Yeah, annoying as hell.
And you just ran it again and what happened there?
I mean, oh my god, it blew my mind when I finally got a Mega Drive and I played Sonic on there, like, I can pick the rings up! Oh, man. Yeah, a fantastic game. I mean... Dude, I even remember like most of the songs from most of the levels, man. Like, I still have nightmares about the Labyrinth Zone. Do you remember Labyrinth Zone? Oh,
this is the underwater level. We had the bubbles rising up, and you had to get them, and you.
I mean, the anxiety of being a 6-year-old child and worrying about
a little timer on your head.
Oh my god, horrendous. Yeah. And then they knew what they were doing. They threw a water zone into every single game after that because, hey, why not? But yeah, like I said, you've probably played this game before, but it was a very easy choice for us this week of our game of the week. It's, like I said, it's a game everyone knows, everyone loves it. Everyone's played it. Great game.
Can you remember the levels?
I can remember the levels, man. I can remember. There was Green Hill Zone, Marble Spring Yard?
Spring Yard, yeah.
Labyrinth. The water one.
Yeah. Starlight in the sort of up in the buildings. Yeah, you're up on the top of skyscrapers, up in the
it was Starlight, wasn't it?
And then Scrap Brain. Gnarly, sort of the ending, and then the
Scrap Brain. Oh,
Doctor
I hate it. I mean, I quite liked the final boss. It was basically, it was kind of weird. It was Robotnik in tubes. And you had to hit the right tube.
That's right. And he was controlling shit.
And it was all coming up and it was all coming up and down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, a fantastic game. I mean, I remember when I was younger, I used to just cheat a lot, man. I'd just put in the code that I said at the start of this segment. I'd put it in, and it was a level select, and you could change options and stuff. It was essentially like a developer's menu, and it was great.
You had to do it within the time of the music.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. But yeah, like I said, if you've probably played it, and if you haven't played it, I'll show you one more time. Sonic the Hedgehog, our game of the week.
Boom. Moving on.
It's the TV show of the week. It's the TV show of the week.
Alright, our TV show of the week, a bit of an obscure one maybe, I don't know. I certainly watched it when I was younger. I didn't watch a lot of it, but we're checking out Game On. Great British sitcom.
This was around about the 95 to 98 era. Started off with the lovely Samantha Yanis.
Oh my God, Samantha Yanis, man. Oh, is it Yanis or Janice?
Yanis.
Is it
Yanis?
Yanis?
Spelt Janice, pronounced Yanis, I believe.
Oh
Samantha,
my God.
if you're watching, please comment, subscribe here.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, like, even as a younger man, I was madly in love with Samantha Yanis. Oh my God. Yeah.
Obviously, you're too young for Grange Hill.
Yeah, oh man. I mean, I remember Grange Hill, but I don't remember her in it, but...
Yeah, I don't really watch EastEnders, but here she's still got it.
Now, here's my question to you, though, Ian. I mean, I'm going to show the camera on this one. I have no idea who this man in the middle is.
Okay, so this is Ben Chaplin, the original Matthew Malone. Later replaced, what was the guy's name? Neil Streak. So yeah, he was in...
What was his name?
Neil
Just in case you think Ian might be reading his information from something here.
I just think it's cool that I spent time researching and writing stuff down.
I didn't write anything down because
he's naturally talented and...
I'm naturally talented, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, this was more Ian's choice than my own.
Yeah.
I do remember it. I remember a couple of episodes. I remember that he was agoraphobic, or was it agoraphobic?
Yeah, the gist was Matthew Malone stuck at home. He's agoraphobic. He's just lost his parents, and his two friends rent rooms off him, so he sort of survives via that. And gradually through the 3 series, as he becomes more and more insane, having sort of cabin fever developing. You remember one of the latest series, he makes an assault course.
Yeah, I do. I was just about to say, I do vaguely.
He fantasises about being in the army.
I remember one episode where I think Samantha Yanis knew a couple of squaddies or something.
I think it's the same episode.
Oh yeah,
at some point,
she takes him back because she's gonna try. They're gonna help him.
They're gonna try
the army.
And get him out of the house and cure his agoraphobia.
But for some reason, prior to them showing up to the house, that he's decided that he's gonna...
I think he gets tired out by playing on his assault course.
Yeah.
Goes to bed, looks across.
For lack of a better word, he decides to fillet himself with a vacuum cleaner. And
Martin comes in to help him.
Yeah.
And then Samantha Yanis busts in with the 2 squaddies, and he's quite clearly got his wee-wee stuck in the air.
Yeah, it's... But yeah, like I said, I don't remember a hell of a lot about it, to be honest with you. But I do remember watching it. And,
I don't remember much about the 90s at all, really.
I won't delve deeper into that. But yeah, this is our show of the week. Game On, like I said, British comedy. Can't beat it.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our little show. We sure did.
Well, I had a good time, didn't you?
I sure did. So if you want to contact us, you can comment below, and we'll read out some comments in the next few weeks.
Maybe.
We'll see you next time.
If we like your comments.
I was in.
I was Ian, and this has been the Ian and Ian Show.
It's the Ian and Ian Show. It's the Ian and Ian Show.